Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the weekly live stream. Welcome to the weekly live stream. If you're new here, welcome to my channel, Science of the Soul and Stars. My name is Brandon Tobias. It's an honor to have you here today with us all. I want to preface this show or this stream with the purpose and the intentionality behind it and what we're all doing here today and why we're here. For those of you guys who have been here for a little while, welcome back. And I would ask a favor, and that favor is to welcome everyone and anyone who's new, who's joining this live stream today. I can sense there's going to be a lot of new people joining us very soon. People are finding their soul tribes at this time. People are becoming more and more aware of who they're meant to be around, who they're meant to be led by, and who they're meant to be moving toward. More and more at this time. So if you are returning, if you are a veteran to the True Love Twin Soul community, welcome everyone who's new. And for those of you guys who are new, we are a channel, we are a collective, we are a tribe who channels for the Twin Soul True Love Collective. And what that is basically is this collective who has experienced what true love is. A collective who has experienced what it means to be in connection with someone who feels like your other half, with someone who feels like the other half of your soul, with someone who feels like they are opposite but complementary and equal in every single way, that in some way has a destined karmic tie or business or things to do and accomplish here on earth. If you're feeling this way, if you've been in this situation with someone, with yourself, but really with someone else, welcome to the Twin Soul Collective. The purpose here and why we are here is to give you the guidance, the inspiration, the clarity, and the steps ahead so that you can ultimately step into your greatest soul purpose through the vehicle and the catalyst that love and relationship is. So welcome to our channel. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to check in with the chat, make sure everything is looking and sounding good. So as always, if there's any audio or visual issues, please let me know so I don't go any farther on. But this is our weekly live stream. This is where we all get together. We get to, talk with one another, share our stories, share what's going on, and of course, receive the channel guidance from above. And we typically start out with opening the ceremony, calling in our guides. Then going into a channeled oracle message reading. This is for our highest and greatest good in love and in life. Most of the time, this is for our personal soul's journey. And then we typically go into the love readings. Now, for today, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start off with the oracle, and then we're going to go into a divine feminine versus divine masculine reading. This is relatively new, but Spirit directed me to do this type of reading today. Divine masculine versus divine feminine. The collective lessons we're going through now. Both sides of the collective, what they're each individually, separately going through, and then, of course, the thing that is separating and uniting them. So we'll go through that. Then we're going to go into the channeled astrology for the week ahead so that you can be prepped and aware, as we all like to be, for what's going on energetically for this week ahead. And then we'll close out with whatever else collectively Spirit wants us to know in love and in life for our greatest, highest good. The last part of the reading will be what we typically do in the first part, which is the general collective love updates part. Okay, so we're going to switch things up a little bit today. But I hope everyone's amazing. As always, I am eternally grateful for your presence here on my channel, for the engagement you've shown all of us and myself, and the support. Truly, it has meant the world. You have empowered me as your guide in this journey to be the best that I can be, to be held accountable and responsible energetically for staying in the greatest and highest good, both for my individual soul and all of ours. And I appreciate that. I really, really do. And I'm excited to see, as I'm just right there with and alongside you guys in the trenches in this love situation, what is going on and what Spirit is going to channel for us today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it and open the ceremony. And we'll go from there. And hello, everyone. Hello, Empress. Colleen, welcome. McKenya, Donna, Rosa, the Empress, Jane, Fiona, Luis. Good to have you all here. Let's get into it. Opening the ceremony now, officially, for the collective here live on YouTube and TikTok. Opening the ceremony and calling in our collective spirit guides, loved ones, masters, wise ones, angels and ancestors, as well as archangels, asking for the energy of Jesus Christ and Mary Magdalene to help guide this ceremony, as well as Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, and Archangel Raphael for this particular collective. Spirit calling you in now to the power of unconditional love, Please allow me to channel for the highest good and healing at this time, now and in the future, for the collective, True Love, Twin Soul Collective. What are the messages we need to know for our highest and greatest good now and in the future? Thank you so much. Through the power of unconditional love, the ceremony is now officially open. All right. Let me check in and see if there's any channel messages. We'll get right into the oracle. It is okay if you are feeling weary at this time. It is okay if you feel like you are on your last breath, your last bone, your last leg. At this time, there is no way to fake it until you make it. There is no way to lie or to deceive how you truly feel. There is no way to run away or to escape from the reality of what's going on. We ask you now to stand strong in the reality of what's happening and what's occurring in your life, to face the truth, no matter what the cost may be to you or to anyone else, and to face it head on, to be brave and courageous, to see beyond the veil, to move beyond the veil, and to approach all of life with all of your heart, all of your mind, and all of your soul, so that you can, in the best of ways, decide and navigate the stormy seas that are upon us all. When it comes to love, there is no straightforward, peaceful, easy route. When it comes to love, sometimes the stormiest of seas make way for the prettiest of horizons. We are all hoping to catch a glimmer of that beautiful sunset just beyond the horizon. But in order to get to that beautiful sunset, in order to appreciate what that sunset has to offer, we must cope with and we must navigate our way, and we must utilize all of what we have in our capacity to navigate through these stormy seas that engulf us at this time. Please do not fear. Please do not hesitate. And please do not hold back from utilizing and engaging with all that you have to engage with at this time. You are needed now more than ever. And we thank you for your service. All right, those are the channel messages for today. Look at the oracle card that popped out here, water. And I just thought of, right, the stormy seas, the water that is flowing through all of us. And sometimes water, right, the waves of the stormy sea, waves in general, can be a little bit chaotic and hard to handle. But if we approach it in the right way, if we flow with those waves in the right and proper alignment, we can learn to ride the wave instead of resist it or be destroyed by it. The choice is all of ours. All right. Spirit guides, loved ones, masters, wise ones. What are the messages we need to know for our highest good and love and in life via this oracle reading? Just forgot to start the second camera here so you guys can... We have 333 playbacks. Spirit is with us. What are the messages we need to know for our highest good and love and in life at this time? The seer. Journey. The rainmaker. And the lower world. There's that lower world card again. Two more. Wow. We have the seer, the journey. Okay, for TikTok here, the seer. In the middle of the spread, the journey. The lower world here. Rising up, by the way. The rainmaker. The blade and the rattle. The first message that wants to come through right now is that it really is more so than the destination that we're all seeking, more so than the overall outcome that might be on the horizon, could possibly, potentially, the vision of the future that we all want and feel for ourselves, right? More important than that right now, Spirit wants us to redirect our focus on what is happening here and now on this particular part of the journey. There is so much gold, so many lessons, so much happiness and fulfillment and growth, and so much richness that the journey at this current time has to offer, that Spirit is pleading with us to say, don't miss out on the gold that is here right now, inside of this present moment, away from the potentiality, right, of what the past and the future may hold. And right now, the main core theme is, if you are struggling with something or someone because of what happened in the past, or what may potentially happen in the future, Spirit is saying to let that go. Because we have the blade and the rattle next to the journey. And the journey is signifying right now, outside of everything else, the most important thing is to cut away the strings of attachment we may have to any potential future or possible future that we may have been wishing, waiting, hoping for, attached to in some way, shape, or form, or from the past. That those visions, those feelings, those potentialities, although very, very real, right? Spirit wants us to know it's not that they're not real. It's not that they didn't matter. It's not that they don't exist. It's that right now, at this particular moment in our journey as a collective, we have to let those attachments go. To anyone, anything, any potentiality, anything that you feel that was certain, that was destined, that was inevitable. Maybe that thing is. But maybe that next step to allowing that thing to come through is also to let go of it completely. Maybe this next leg of the journey is meant to be one where we have no attachments to what could be, to what could have been. And that the only attachment we have is to what is occurring right here, right now, on this beautiful, gorgeous, amazing part of our journeys. There's so much brightness to be held. There's so much good to be involved in, to be involved with. And there's a variety of experiences that wants to come into your life, in your way, at this moment in time, if you would only allow it. Now, the other message is interesting. With the seer in the lower world, it's saying there may be many, many, many temptations at this time. Many, many, many distractions at this time. Okay? To delve into and to explore and to engage with the lower world in all sorts of ways. It's very real. It's very here. Very much here. Right? We have to realize that when we are truly in alignment with what our soul wants to experience here and now, and we are present with that, and we allow that possibility to come through genuinely, that whatever we decide to experience will ultimately be for our highest good, with the greatest gift we could potentially allow ourselves to have and to receive. But the lower world might be a temptation or a distraction that would take us away from that path. Because the lower world in this perception, interestingly, right, very different from how we received it last week. The lower world is very much about that other option, that other possibility, that other route that is not in alignment with where your soul wants to go, what it wants to experience genuinely for your highest good and healing at this time, on the path with the greatest amount of growth and nuggets. But it is the choice to do so. But the Spirit is saying it is most important to be aware of this, to see through the facade of the temptations that currently inhabit your life right now. To recognize why and what purpose that would fulfill, that lower world, those distractions could enter or want to enter at this time. And my gut says, okay, because this is a natural human response, that at this part of the journey, it's so intense, it's so intimidating, it's so uncertain, it's so vibrantly here right now that it's almost something that's too big to handle. And when something becomes too big to handle, too big of a responsibility, too much of a commitment, too much of a thing to hold, what do we as humans want to do? Well, naturally we want to run away. Naturally we want to let that go. And naturally we want to run to a world of distraction. A world where none of this, what's actually happening, really matters. A world where we can convince ourselves that the truth of what is happening is really all just made up. Is really just all in our heads. And it's not a big deal. But the thing is, it is. It's a big deal for you. It's a big deal for me. And it's a big-ass deal for the world. And that is why we are here, and that is why we meet weekly to talk about these things. Because there's a real chance right now that without the proper friends, guidance, and energies in your life receiving the word here, that you could veer off the path into a world that will take you away. Notice if you're watching here on YouTube where the lower world is. It's off to the side. The journey is here in the center. The lower world is off to the side of the journey. Do you guys see that? It's off to the side. It's a secondary path that, of course, with our free will, we can choose at any time. And it is a real risk, by the way. The greatest enemy of humankind, the greatest enemy of our souls, is that which is so subtly distracting that we don't even notice it. Whatever that thing is for you, that could just sneak on into your life and tell you, you know what, it's okay. It's okay to do this. And to just let that go for a little bit. Just try this out. Right? You deserve it. When in reality we know that might be taking us away from the path. So think about that, what that may be in your life at this moment in time. There may be something like that creeping up. The blade here and the rainmaker, okay, invites us to be free, but invites us to be free and pure at the same time. Okay. This woman, this entity right here, this rainmaker, is dancing along, expressing his or herself, showing off her wings to the world, not caring what anyone else thinks in any way, and has cut out any and all distractions or attachments that would prevent her from fully expressing everything that she could possibly be to the world. So what is it right now that you are attached to that is keeping you from expressing and being everything you could possibly want to be for the world? What are those things? And those are the things that Spirit is inviting us and you and all of us right now to cut out of your life with the blade. So that you can be free in your expression and free in your purest expression. And there's a big difference between the expression we have with the lower world here and the expression we have truly as the rainmaker with our wings fully unfolded. And really what this represents to me is a choice. If you guys look at where this at and how it's showing up, that's on either side of the aisle here. We have the seer and the journey here. And on one side we have the rainmaker, the blade, fullness of expression, allowing our wings to unfold. Okay, allowing all of our greatness to be seen without hesitation or distraction, cutting out anything and anyone and any distractions or attachments that would hold this expression back for the world, for yourself, for other people around you. Or we have the lower world journey over here. Whatever distractions, excuses, people, places, things that would get in the way of this main journey here. When you look back from a future point of view, if you were to go into and imagine right now and later on from a future self, after you've already achieved the life that you want to desire, and you look back on this period of time, and you see this choice ahead of you, what would you want to tell yourself? If you are aware of those lower world choices that are coming into your life, and the other way of cutting out any and all of the distractions and attachments you may have to have freeness and fullness of expression for yourself in the world without caring what other people think, what would you tell yourself right now from a future point of view, from a future version of yourself at this particular moment in your life? And it's okay, whatever choice you do decide. By the way, I'm not saying either one's morally wrong. But what I am saying is there is a clear difference here between a path of alignment and expression and duty and responsibility and greatness and freedom, pure freedom, versus attachment in a different way to the lower world here. Okay. And again, with the rattle here, what I'm hearing is you might have this temptation just to shake things up. Just to shake things up a little bit. Just to get things moving in any direction whatsoever. And you know what? If that's what you choose to do, if that's how you choose to move forward, that's okay. But ultimately, what Spirit wants you to know and do is that this is the true path, and this is where we've all got to go eventually. Wow, the sorcerer underneath that. That's amazing. Okay. So the energy of the magician, right, is very strong in the tarot. And again, also with this particular reading, because the sorcerer and the seer is here. Sorcerer and the seer. And what that tells me is you really are. I mean, you really actually are, if you are in this present moment, aware and able to face courageously all of the things that you are facing head on right now, you are in control of your destiny. You are in control of your own individual destiny. And in order to be fully in control of your individual destiny, where you want to go, who you want to be, what you want to create, the sacrifice of that is to let go of any attachments you have that would depend on other people, other places, other things, making their choices. Spirit is saying it is most important for you to hone in and focus on your individual present choices facing you, independent especially of anyone else's choices. And yes, if you'd like to relate this to a twin soul situation, absolutely. Regardless of the other person's choices. Because they are representative of society, right? Like, this is the lesson Spirit wants to give us all, is if you are dealing with a twin soul situation, that other person, right, is representative symbolically of other people in society or society overall. And so if you were going to have to wait for your life to be happy, for your soul to be happy just because of their choices or what they decide, baby, that's the wrong way. That's the wrong way to go about it. You have to choose first, no matter what, for your greatest happiness, for your greatest desire, for your greatest truth. and let the rest figure it out on its own. Okay? All right. That's the first message we have. Underneath the deck, we have the medicine wheel here, the rainbow, and the staff. Interesting how the message is reversed sometimes, right? Because the staff here, right, to me came across a couple readings ago as holding on to control, right? Needing to be in control. And today it's coming out a little differently. We have it with the curse, the staff, the curse, and the middle world here. Okay? I'll show you guys on TikTok. The staff, the curse, and the middle world. And really this is saying the curse here, right, that we can break of allowing other people to dictate our future and or our happiness. That is the curse that must be broken. It's the curse of not thinking and knowing that we are fully empowered and in control of our own destinies and our own choices and our own happiness. That is the curse. And the staff invites us to break that curse. Here now, once and for all. Right now is a time also with the medicine wheel that we can't see, but subconsciously at this time, medicine wheel and the rainbow, that we are gaining perspective on life, on our soul's journey, on what we want, on what we desire, on parts of ourself that is absolutely critical to become whole and complete once again. There are things being asked of you at this moment, being challenged from you from within at this particular moment, okay, that are helping you to become whole with the medicine wheel once again, to complete, to feel complete within your own skin. That without doing these things, without having these things and these opportunities to come into your life, you wouldn't feel fully fulfilled and accomplished in your own skin. So the other message that's coming through is right now is a time to do and to be and to allow everything that you need to do and to be to feel completely fulfilled, completely secure, and completely happy in your own skin, to take care of those things first and foremost. Because that is what wants to happen if and when you allow yourself to choose based on your own happiness versus anyone else's happiness or choices. Okay? All right. 4:44 with a chat rate of 4 on the average watch time. And that's a message of persistence. Because as I was speaking this, I could feel the resistance in the collective. They're going, but Brandon, you don't understand how tough this is. You don't understand how much I miss them. You don't understand how much I care for this person and I long for this person and I desire for this person. Oh, I do. Believe me, I do. Right? I can feel it in my own soul. And remember, everything I say is just as much for you guys as it is for me. So believe me, I do. But I also know that the lesson at this current time, right, coming from a place of objectivity and unconditional love from above, is really that there are things in all of our lives we are tasked with accomplishing, tasked with completing, tasked with following through and taking it all the way to the limit for our own soul's fulfillment and destiny, okay, in order to experience the greatest sunset and horizon that we could possibly experience. Whatever that is for all of us, who the hell knows? We do know at some level what that is, by the way. Deep, 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 deep down inside. But the challenge of that, right, also, is being able to move beyond that feeling of longing and desire, to move despite that feeling of longing and desire for your counterpart, to do the work that needs to be done, to feel complete, to feel whole, to feel fulfilled in your own skin. Oh, and look what card happens to be on the bottom of the deck once again. I swear I did not plan this. That card always pops out, the serpent. So it's Spirit's very sneaky, subtle way. By the way, this always happens, okay? as we focus on our soul's own personal journey, what we need to do and take care of and accomplish at this time to feel whole and complete and fulfilled, always there will be these subtle little reminders, just like this one, right underneath the deck, that I didn't even see till now, that remind us that yes, this twin soul journey, this love that we feel for one person, our divine connection, the blood of our blood, the flesh of our flesh, the person we are to be in union with in this lifetime, is very much a real thing, and very much here, and very much what we are meant to and quite able to accomplish in this lifetime. But it's gaining that perspective. And it's taking that perspective from the macro, from the longing of the macro, of the vision, of the illusion and the feeling of all of it, down into the micro of what is here now and what needs to be dealt with and accomplished now in our own soul's journey individually, despite the person that may be connected with us. But you will be reminded along the way. Just know that. What's funny is the more that I feel personally in my own journey, the more we tend to focus on ourselves and our own progression, the more we get confirmation of the truth we need to know deep down inside. All right, let me take a sip of cacao. We'll move into the divine feminine versus divine masculine reading. Okay, whatever reason, Spirit wanted me to go into that reading today, specifically. And we'll go for it. Let me read some comments here from YouTube and just see how everyone's doing here. Mariana, yeah, the serpent always comes out some way, somehow. Empress says agreed. Crystal Marie, I don't really care about a counterpart. Pragya, remember that when you hear yourself, you're healing him too. You can't give from an empty cup. Yeah. Lior Rochelle Tobias. You know, I saw that name, I think, on one of the comments on YouTube. But we have the same last name. So that's really interesting. That's kind of cool. So welcome. Pragya said she was waiting for the serpent. Absolutely. All right. Sana, welcome. I see you here. You move into doing something else, something you are passionate about, and the universe will show you signs of DM still. Yeah, I totally agree. All the time. It's so weird, right? It's like the less we focus on that kind of truth that we know, feel deep inside, and focus on life itself, the more it's confirmed automatically for us by the universe around us. And so I think the message around that, thank you, Sana, for sharing, is that you can feel safe to do so. You can feel safe to do so, to focus on your own journey at this time, because no matter where you go, what you do, the truth will always be told. The truth will always be confirmed over and over and over again. Okay? All right. So let's get into the next part of the reading. We're going to do 888 playbacks. That's awesome. We're going to do a divine feminine versus divine masculine reading at this time. So very curious to see what happens through this. The format here is we're going to go 5 cards as the collective lessons that both are going through right now at this time. And then we're going to go to divine feminine on the right side over here. And masculine on the left. We're going to go separating energies in the middle. And then we're going to go basically final outcome at this time. Where the lessons, where the energies want to go to at this time. Okay? Doesn't mean final outcome overall forever. It just means at this time what Spirit wants us to know. Okay. Spirit guides, loved ones, masters, wise ones. For highest good and healing at this time, please show us. Okay. We're going to do divine feminine versus divine masculine reading. Please allow us to start with the both sides lessons. What are the lessons both sides are learning from at this time collectively? And yes, they want a crowning card. All right. What are lessons both sides are going through at this time? Ace of Pentacles. There we go. Knight of Swords, the Strength card. 8 of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and 7 of Swords. Wow. Okay. So collectively, on both sides, the number one thing right here is stability. Okay. So both sides are learning to, they're really needing to build something stable, build something sustainable, and build something that is real in their life that's going to last for a lifetime. Whatever that means for you and or your counterpart, okay? Whether it is financial, whether it's spiritual, whether it's emotional, okay? Whether it's just the lifestyle that you want to live. Right now, both sides are learning what that is, what that looks like, what that feels like. I feel both sides are now, for the first time, fully in themselves and getting a chance to build from that part of themselves. You know what I mean? So it's like what I'm getting is beforehand, outside of all this, there's like, you know, both sides were trying to build something, but it was coming from a unauthentic place. It was coming from a place outside of who they were on a soul level, from the heart. Okay? It was coming from like an ego place or a mind base or a conditioning base. And now both sides have progressed through this situation so thoroughly that they're completely different people. And now they have a chance to build something from that new, authentic, soul-level version of themselves. You guys see that? So whatever way that means for you guys, doesn't have to mean finances specifically. I feel like one side is more about specifically finances and stability in finances and the way in which they earn finances, and the other side is more maybe emotional or healing or creativity. But setting the foundation and the stability for your own, each of their own individual lives to set the foundation for a lifetime. Okay? Because it's important, right, on a very tangible level for each of the individual counterparts or souls that do want to come together in this lifetime to have their own base, to have their own individual base of how they operate in life in a stable and sustainable way. You guys feel that? It's like it wouldn't make sense if either side came together right now before creating that base, that stability, that independence, okay, and tried to join forces, but each of them are kind of leaking, right, or kind of dependent on one another for something, and that's not what Spirit wants to do with this union. It's not what Spirit wants to do with this union at all. Now, the other thing that's happening is, again, we keep getting this stuff, but there's sexual, lustful desires coming out on either side. We have the Ace of Wands, the Strength card with the word lust here, okay? So there's really something around handling and knowing what to do with this fire, okay? This sexual energy, this energy of desire, this energy of lust even, okay, that's coming out. And again, this is not saying it in a bad way or anything. Every human has desires. Every human has needs. And the question is that both are learning, how the hell do we handle those things in the proper way? Right? How do we utilize those things? How do we handle those things? How do we satisfy those things? Right? Dealing with those types of issues, right? On both sides here, right? So if you think it's just the masculine side or it's just the feminine, it's like, no, this is both sides learning, right? How to handle these things. What is appropriate in the way that we see these things, that we look at these things, that we handle. You know, what is okay? What is not okay? What is outside? And, you know, really what I'm getting is it's just about embracing all of it. It's about embracing all of it. It's about embracing the reality that we are all human, that we all have these lower desires, that we all have this passion, this lust to us, and that we're trying to all figure out how to, you know, handle those things all at the same time. You know what I mean? In and outside of relationship even, but in our own individual lives. Someone said I'm blushing. I am blushing. Because it's one of those subjects, right? It's like, well, okay, Spirit, now we got to, Spirit always tasks me with talking about these things. And I'm like, oh God, why do I have to be the one to talk about this? But that's, that's why I'm here. So, but, so that's what I'm talking about, right? And so what I'm talking about too, because the lower world came out as a sort of distracting energy, right? And it's like, okay, there's all this passion and desire on both sides to, of sexual energy that exists. It's just there. And then the question is, okay, what do we do with this? How do we handle this? How do we move with this? And then there's like the journey itself of fullness and freedom of expression in the purest of ways. And then there's the lower world, right? And there's kind of this choice of what you do with this energy that is coming up to the surface, right? On both sides, I feel. What do we do with it? How do you use it? Okay, and we're figuring that out in the process of. And what wants to come with me too is that within that, there is that choice. There is that choice of kind of using it in the lower world, the lower dimension, okay, and keeping it there. And also utilizing it for purity and for expression and for freedom, okay? And the fuel and energy for that. So that's what's coming up there. Now, 7 of Swords and Knight of Swords here. Very, very interesting. So this is the energy of someone wanting to rush in and communicate and to talk and to just have this interaction of energy, right? And I really feel the lesson here that both are learning is to kind of chill. To kind of just chill when it comes to expressing, right, and coming in with all this energy, this frantic energy of, wanting to say this and not wanting to say that and saying and moving in. It's kind of just like learning to not be so frantic with it, to hold that a little bit. Is it this energy of like holding this inside, right? Holding this within you, okay, and utilizing it in the proper way. 7 of Swords across from the Knight of Swords. I'm going to draw one more card underneath this too for the collective energies. 3 of Pentacles. There it is. Beautiful. So Knight of Swords, 7 of Swords too. Okay. There's this energy of denial. Okay. Denial of truth that is being learned on both sides. And what I feel is it kind of goes back and forth. It's like at one moment, one side is just purely on denial about this whole thing, about how they feel, about what they want, about what they're communicating, about how they're communicating, and then it flips. And then the other side's like, nah, that's not, that's not true. And then it's kind of denying the feeling. And the other side's like kind of feeling it. So it's kind of this energy of going back and forth between denial of feelings and truth and what one really wants to experience, and then coming into it again. And then that creates frantic energy, and then wanting to express that no matter what to, someone or something or the other person. Frustrating, right? This is that I've been getting a lot of people, in a lot of sessions this week with that energy of, I don't know what to do. Like I'm so confused, right? I don't know what to believe anymore. I don't know what to choose. I don't know who to, right? If you're feeling this, just know you're not alone. But the real solution here is to just not deny yourself anymore. Don't deny yourself, okay? No matter what is happening on a real, tangible, present level, don't deny yourself what you feel and what you want, okay? That's the lesson, is to kind of really be stable with that, stable with how you feel, consistent with how you feel, and coming from that place instead of popping in and out. Does that make sense? And it's natural, by the way. This isn't a criticism. It's like, if there's something so confusing and uncertain and hard to hold as this, obviously we're going to want to like pop out of that and, deny it and escape it and go a different direction, okay? And then we slowly come back to, oh no, but the truth is this. And then it gets really hard again. It's like, no, that's not the truth, right? So just know if this energy is happening, this is kind of a back and forth here thing. Both sides are going through this, by the way. No matter if you're getting communication, not getting communication, both sides are going through this, okay? And then the Three of Pentacles here and the final kind of collective lessons here. So this really is about, it really is about collaboration, by the way. Okay, it's coming into a healthy partnership with people that are here to help you build your foundation for life. And this is where I really am getting soul family, okay, soul tribe very strongly, is the people that you are coming into like a meeting with, or, you know, starting to know, or that are just coming into your life. They're going to be really good for you setting up the foundation of your life and what you're creating here. Okay, so harmonious partnerships related to your work, your business, your stability, and the foundation for your life. Okay, both sides are experiencing this outside of love. Okay. Bottom of the deck for this pool, of course, is the Eight of Cups. Okay, so still in that energy of learning the lesson of continuously walking away from the thing here that clearly is not ready to come together. For whatever reason. Okay, it's learning that lesson. Okay, let's move on to we're going to start with the Divine Feminine and move into the Divine Masculine here. Divine Feminine is going to be on the right. All right. Spirit guides, loved ones, masters, wise ones, please show us the dominant energies and lesson on the right side for the Divine Feminine, left side for the Divine Masculine. What are the energies and lessons the Divine Feminine is learning here on the right? What lessons and trials the Divine Feminine is learning here on the right? Ooh, child. We have the Ten of Pentacles. The Magician. There it is. Yeah. The Ten of Wands, the Star card, the Eight of Wands, and the Nine of Cups. Okay. Wow. All right. Hopefully you guys can see this. I'm going to make sure. I don't know if it's fully present. Okay. Kind of is. Need a bigger table, I guess. So on the Divine Feminine side, we have the Ten of Pentacles up first, okay, as the crowning card. So on her end, right away, and with the Magician here, it's the empowerment to know she has what it takes to choose and create the ultimate life of her dreams. Okay, when I say her, it's gender, right? Gender fluid. It could be more of a male or female, but the Divine Feminine energy, whichever one you resonate with here, right? And you could resonate a little bit with both, okay? But this is Divine Feminine predominantly. So she is feeling fully empowered here. Spirit wants her to know, fully empowered to create the life of her dreams within her own soul's destiny. Ten of Pentacles is that empire, okay? That wealth and abundance, that soul's purpose, abundance, life and empire, okay? That piece of life that would fulfill her with or without a partner, with or without the experience of true love in her life. What is it? What are the things that she can do, Spirit is asking, right now that would fulfill her on a soul level and allow her to feel completely in alignment with her soul's destiny and her highest purpose, and the things that would help her to feel alive, wealthy, abundant, and prosperous generally. Okay. Eight of Swords with the Ten of Wands with the Star card. Okay, the other lesson here too, this is around love for sure, because Nine of Cups is here, is really Eight of Swords and Ten of Wands. It's not fully wanting to look at the commitment or the responsibility that would require in order to create this destiny. All right, so there's a bit of a weight that's here on the Divine Feminine side, Ten of Wands, when it comes to this part of her life, that she's like, oh, wow, like that's a lot. And I don't know if I'm ready or wanting to hold that right now. There's a lot of responsibility. It would take a lot of commitment. It would take a lot of dedication and persistence. And outside of love, it would take a lot of solo persistence and commitment, right? This burden of, or this weight, not it's a burden, but this weight of the Ten of Pentacles responsibility, but it's a potentiality here, and Spirit wants you to know, Divine Feminine, that you are fully empowered to manifest that right now at this time. if and only if you are willing, okay, to let go of the pursuit and or the exploration of love at this time. Okay? Because we have the 9 of Cups here underneath the 10 of Wands. The way this comes off to me here now, okay, on this solo journey of becoming her own wish fulfillment. Okay? Knowing that if she wants to receive her ideal wish fulfillment tangibly in life, in relationship, that she must create that from within. In her own life, 9 of Cups. But that's a big responsibility. That's a big commitment. There's a lot of things that she would need to do in order to become that. Maybe there's classes, maybe there's lessons, maybe there's work, maybe there's a whole business she would have to learn. I don't know what it is, but there's some big weight of responsibility that's facing her that would allow her to step into her dream ideal version of herself and her own soul, which eventually would allow her to obviously come into union with her counterpart, which would be her ideal match in love. Okay? So that is really the essence for the Divine Feminine of if, it's not working in terms of, holding on to this vision of union and love and partnership and what it could be and all these types of things, if that's not working out for you, because I don't feel it is at this moment in time, it's because there's all of this other present work that's available for you to do in order to get there. But in order to get there, you have to let go and separate from that overall vision or potentiality. Does that make sense? Okay. Because look, star card. Like this, whatever this is, right? It's part of your destiny. It's part of your destiny. It's part of, and it's, it's going to take some time for this destiny to come through. Okay. But 8 of Wands, I would say with the 8 of Wands here, it's also learning the lesson of when you do focus on what's in alignment right now in your life, the things that are most important for your soul's progression, it's going to move fast as hell. I mean, we have the 8 of Wands. Divine Feminine has the 8 of Wands and the Magician card here, right? On either side. This is, you want something in business, in wealth and abundance, in your soul's fulfillment, it's there. It's there. All you got to do is choose it. You have to choose it. That's important. That's very important for the Divine Feminine. You have to be willing to choose that thing. Choose that responsibility. Choose that commitment. Choose that choice that you feel is in full alignment with you. Okay? Again, outside of love. Okay? Not saying that you're not going to, not saying that. Not saying that the potentiality that you feel in love is not on its way to coming through. Obviously, that's a very real vision. Okay? But to make progress at this time in your life, Divine Feminine, it's important to move beyond that, to separate from that, and to focus on the micro instead of that vision. Okay? And wondering, waiting, wishing, hoping, when is that vision going to come true? When am I going to start to feel? What? Right? It's like, no, there's this thing here to do now. And that's what Spirit wants you to focus on. Not easy with the 5 of Cups here. Obviously, lots of feelings of pain and sadness from the past and love, right? Still kind of lingering here on the feminine side. And that's okay. That's okay. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel lonely. It's okay to feel these things. Use it to your strength. All right. Spirit guides, loved ones, masters, wise ones. Let us see what the Divine Masculine is up to on his side energetically. Spirit guides, loved ones, masters, wise ones, please show us what the Divine Masculine is up to on his side. Four of Swords. Four of Swords, Two of Swords, Prince of Wands, Prince of Discs, Two of Pentacles, Five of Wands, and Four of Pentacles. Okay. I'm going to see if we can make sure we can everyone see these cards. There's a lot of cards on the table. There we go. All right. So on the masculine side, it's straight up about, it's about spiritual ascension. The first thing that comes to me, it's about spiritual ascension. With this Prince of Discs here, and the Prince of Wands, all right? It's this energy of taking a step back from those types of activities, those ways of being, which is just basically like being on the ground, right? Being purely on the ground, just doing things on earth that, you need to do to take care of, to survive and to be okay. And Prince of Wands is kind of just, running around, enjoying life, not really totally free from commitment, totally free from responsibility, totally all these things. Okay. We have the Two of Swords and the Five of Wands here. So there is a lot of inner conflict going on the masculine side for sure about, I feel, his direction in life. Because we have the Two of Pentacles here, which also represents change and juggling a lot of different things. All right. And the Two of Swords here with peace. Okay. It's like there's one choice here that would represent him being able to find and establish peace in his own life. And I feel that part of that would be to actually rest, heal, to sleep, to meditate, to raise his vibration, right? To raise that frequency. Okay. But at this time, I don't see that. I'll be very honest with you guys. Okay. Four of Pentacles is here too. I feel like this way of being might be a little bit stuck, right? Like he might be a little bit stubborn or stuck in this kind of grounded way of being in reality, and fighting it too. Five of Wands here. Who's he fighting? Right? It's like Five of Wands. Like, who are you fighting? Five of Wands with the Two of Swords. It's like fighting the self, right? Fighting the mind, fighting the heart, fighting the ego, fighting the self, and not being able to find peace within because of that. It's this back and forth energy, right? This is that Knight of Swords energy I'm talking about. Okay. It's interesting that it's next to the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles, again, as you guys can see, is that yin-yang infinity symbol. So yeah, it is a fight of within of the truth he may want to deny, what I can see here, stubbornly, Four of Pentacles, about the person that's connected to him on a soul level. Yeah, this infinity symbol, right? So there may be this truth that continuously comes into his life and repeats itself. Here I am. This is the truth. This is what you need to know. And it's kind of this energy of no. That is not true. I am not going to believe that. And I'm going to stay in what I perceive reality is. Okay. And, in all honesty, wearing himself out because of it. Because the Four of Swords being here, it's this energy of just needing to rest. Just needing to rest, And ideally, right, in that rest, in that peace, okay, from that rest and from that peace, finding his way again, finding his truth, all right, opening himself up to a new perception or new reality of what's going on. Okay. So, and also, he wouldn't have gotten the Four of Swords, okay, he as in the Divine Masculine, if he wasn't starting to do this, right? I feel the crowning card is very much the energy that both are in and also that's really entering their lives here, okay, at the same time. So it's interesting, right? The Divine Feminine's about to be very busy. Okay, you guys see that? The Divine Feminine's about to be very busy with responsibility of the weight of greatness on her shoulders about the empire she's about to build. The Divine Masculine is being called to just stop and to just chill out and to find truth, to find direction, to find clarity and peace within his own soul. Okay? All right, interesting. I was not expecting that on the masculine side. I'll be honest. Let me get separating energies here. Yeah, a lot of stubbornness. A lot of stubbornness, right? Prince of Discs with the Four of Pentacles. It's just this energy of like not changing. Nope. No, no, no. There's nothing outside of this reality. There's nothing outside of this reality. Oh, you know. That's okay. It's okay. Let's get separating energies. So separating energies between the feminine and masculine at this time. Spirit, what do we need to know? Okay. We have the Nine of Swords. 10 of Swords. Wow. Yeah. And 2 of Wands here. We'll do one more. 7 of Cups. Okay. Yeah, that's what I kind of felt. So, all right. Interesting. Very interesting. So, in the separating energies between the feminine and masculine at this time, we have the 9 of Swords, the 10 of Swords, the 2 of Wands, and the 7 of Cups. So, the first thing, straight up, is this rather insistent, right, feeling of fear or anxiety or restlessness about this connection, about this other person, what they're doing, how they're feeling about you or them, what they're up to in life, where they're going, what it's going to be, what's going to happen. Is it this person? Is it someone else, right? You guys feel that in the collective, right? There's this energy of, I don't know like anymore if this is my person or if it's someone else or if I should do, like, there's that energy, first and foremost, that is just driving both sides crazy and also contributing to separation. And because it's this lack of acceptance. It's this lack of acceptance of what the reality is now between the two and what needs to happen. Okay. And what the outcome's going to be. Okay. And that's why the guidance was very clear about just letting go of the attachments to anything at this time, to anyone and anything. Letting go of the attachment to them. Doesn't mean the desire or the truth you feel about someone else. It means the attachment to them. The attachment to them making a choice that would help you out. You know what I mean? That's what Spirit wants you to let go of. And that's what will help with this 9 of Swords energy. Because that's going to lead to the 10 of Swords. Right underneath the 9 of Swords is the 10 of Swords. Right? In the separating energies. Okay? So this energy you're feeling about, again, wishing, waiting, hoping, wondering, worrying. Okay, what are they doing? Who are they seeing? What's going on in their life? Why can't they wake up? Why can't they stop being stubborn? All these things. That right there, an exhaustion of that, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, right? That is part of what is keeping the separation alive too. It's also to recognize that is, okay, part of what is causing exhaustion in the first place, and to move away from the thing causing exhaustion that is contributing, ironically, to separation. Because what I'm getting is the thing that's causing exhaustion is the attachment to the other and the other's way of being and the other's actions and the other's priorities. That's causing worry, that's causing 10 of Swords. And it's letting go of that attachment that would help with union. Because letting go of that attachment would mean accepting separation, accepting the duties on both sides and both plates right now, right? Accepting that it's not time to be together, which would then lead to, right, a healthier way of coming together. But it's not going to come together through this time right now, because it's obviously, clearly right now, it's definitely not time at all. I mean, I don't even see barely any love cards at all on the table. Do you guys see that we have 9 of Cups over here on the feminine side underneath the 10 of Wands? I don't see love anywhere right now. And that's okay. You have to know it's okay. All right? Doesn't mean they don't love you. Doesn't mean you don't love them. It just means that love is not the focus right now. It's interesting that we're channeling, as a true love twin soul collective, and there's no love. Like, that's kind of crazy to me. But, obviously the point of love is to get into your greatest way of being and to reach your greatest soul purpose, okay? And love is the greatest experience you can have, but it's also the greatest growth catalyst. So that's why we're channeling this, is because, again, I know, we all want to be in love. We all want to be together with our person and find the right person. But right now, it doesn't seem to be about that. We all want love, I know. Last two cards in the separating energies, we have Two of Wands, Seven of Cups. So the other thing that's keeping separation alive, right, which keeps coming up continuously, is yes, this incessant need or desire on both sides. This isn't just the masculine side. This isn't just the feminine side. On both sides, to wonder about or to explore other potentialities or possibilities when it comes to love. Okay. Again, not a criticism. Two of Wands, Seven of Cups is basically the energy of, oh my God, I'm so exhausted by this situation in true love with my twin. I've got to find someone else. I've got to go pursue someone else. I've got to go be with someone else. There's someone else that's not going to cause all this pain for me. And then you go through the experience or you get close to it and you're like, oh, that's not my person because I love my twin. But then you go back to your twin and you are not ready to come together. And you're like, what the hell? God, what the hell? Spirit, what? You guys see this cycle? This is what's happening in the collective right now. Believe me, I'm working with people. I'm feeling the energy. But you have to know, like, that is just part of the thing that's keeping separated. You guys separated. And look, speaking as a human, right? I can relate to this. I can relate to the frustration that is present in all of our twin soul situation. My twin soul situation, it makes you want to go out and escape it and run away and to explore the possibilities, because it's like, well, how could this actually be the person still if they're not, showing any affection or love or even communicating or, reciprocating in any way? It's like, well, just because that's happening and just because it's your task as a soul to accept that that's happening right now, because there's greater things definitely needing your attention at this moment, doesn't mean that this connection isn't real, and doesn't mean that they don't love you, that you don't love them, and that you have a potentiality of being together in the future. It just means it's not time. Okay? All right. So it is interesting, though. I just want to confirm, like, that is in the separating energies. So I remember I think it was 2 live streams ago, right, that came up, the karmic flame situation, that whole thing. You guys remember that? There was like a crazy chat rate, right? Like a really fast chat rate. And it's just interesting that now it's coming up as the separator. I'll just say that. Okay. All right. A separator and or distractor. Yeah, distracting presence, okay? Let's get the overall outcome energies, what Spirit wants us to know at this particular moment in time, where this is all going, what we need to know. Frustrating reading, right? Let's see. Overall outcome energies for this particular reading. We have the 5 of Pentacles, the 6 of Cups, the Chariot, the Knight of Wands, and the 6 of Wands with the Devil. Oh my God. Okay. All right. So again, right? And by the way, what's crazy too, also, is that I used the same deck for this whole reading. Oh God, my camera just shut off. I used the same deck for this whole reading, and there's only a certain amount of cards, right? And literally of the whole table, there's like 1 or 2 love cards. Like, it's just ridiculous, right? There's no love cards that came out. So I think it's just funny. Besides the 8 of Cups here, you guys can see the 8 of Cups is on the bottom of the So it's just very clear. But anyways, turn my camera back on. I hate when it does that, but it overheats. So final outcome card, we have 5 of Pentacles with the 6 of Cups. So yes, all right, the lesson of dealing with these feelings of missing your person, both sides, by the way, both sides, this is both sides. Dealing with the lessons of missing your person deep down inside, okay? Having those amazing feelings and memories about them of the past, 6 of Cups here, all right? Those are going to continuously come up. Don't ask me why as a human. I don't know why these things still continue to go up, to come up, right? Through separation, but they do. And I feel like they're part of the reason is just to help you to learn a healthy way to feel complete, even despite you feeling the deep amounts of love and missing them that you might feel at this time. Five of Pentacles, or loneliness as well. Loneliness and or feeling abandoned. Okay, so if you're feeling lonely, abandoned, left out in the cold, all right, like you're missing someone continuously and you keep having these deep feelings of love and cherishing their energy and cherishing what you had or what they are, look, that's okay. All right, that's okay. That's going to be normal. That's going to be expected here. You had the Five of Cups on some other part of the reading. But there's a key here, and that key here with the Chariot and the Devil card underneath it is to continue moving forward on your soul's path in and despite that. Okay? There's a dual meaning with this too that I just picked up because the Devil came out underneath it. And the Devil card is signifying underneath the Chariot like the energy of wanting to move away or to move on from this whole experience, from this love, right? From this what's going on collectively. I mean, it just helps that we're aware now why all this is happening. Okay, it gives me clarity too. It's like, oh, that's why none of this is happening. It's like not supposed to be happening. But Devil Chariot is like, all right, it's not happening now. I'm out, right? I'm going to go somewhere else. I'm going to move away from this. I'm going to move, that kind of energy. A little bit of escapism, right? A little bit of escapism, wanting to move in a different direction. Okay. The positive meaning with this that I took without the Devil card is continuing to move forward, all right, frustratingly or in a difficult way, in and despite the deep feelings of love that you still share for this person and all of the feelings of deep inner loneliness or feelings of being left out in the cold that may be coming up. That's going to come up. I'm just going to tell you, right? On both sides, it's coming up. It's not just the feminine. It's not just the masculine. On both sides, if you're feeling this, it's going to keep coming up because that's just, obviously there's a strong connection here. Knight of Wands with the Six of Wands here. Final outcome. Okay. To be free is to be victorious. All right. To be fully free is to be victorious. Okay, that's the first message. On a higher light, what that means is it's the same thing we had with that feminine full expression of the Shaman Oracle deck, right? The pureness of expression, right? The freeness of expression. To be free is to be victorious fully in your own skin and your own soul and your own choices, right? You being able to make those choices independent of anyone else is the lesson here. Is what Spirit wants us to get to as a collective. Okay, what choices do you need to make or would you make in your life if it were independent of anything or anyone else and any of the feelings of love and missing someone else that you may have deep inside your soul? Okay, that's where we got to get to. That's where we got to get. That's where Spirit wants us to get to. And it's using, by the way, what I'm channeling now is it's using these feelings that are coming up continuously, consistently, okay, feelings of missing them, feelings of the past, in order to give us the strength and the lesson of still choosing for ourselves in and despite the way we feel, in and despite the memories and the feelings that we have with this person. Okay? So it's a hard lesson. No one said this lesson or this journey would be easy, right? I certainly thought it was going to be easier than it has been, but it's not. But again, it's that what I'm seeing here. They're showing me a visual of like both sides moving apart like this, like separating apart like this, and the strength, the character, the foundation, the courage it takes to do that. Again, in and despite the feelings you have, the feeling of deep interconnection you have with someone else, that is what makes you the person you're going to become. Because not everyone can do that. It's easy, right? It's easy to be dependent on someone else, dependent on something else, to be codependent with each other. That's easy. This connection is not about that. Okay? Doesn't mean the feelings are going to go anywhere, because the feelings are our greatest lesson. The feelings are our greatest catalyst for growth. Our feelings are our greatest reminder of what is true for us and what we ultimately deserve and desire. So don't run away from the feelings. Use them to grow and use them to become stronger. Okay? In and despite the separation you're experiencing with your twin. Okay? Eight of Cups, Queen of Discs, Prince of Swords, Four of Wands, Knight of Cups, and the Sun. Okay? On the bottom of the deck, having the trust and faith, again, that walking away, ironically, will bring you, ultimately, okay, the love and the offer and the partnership that you've always dreamed of. And doing that for completion of the intentions that you and another person came into in this lifetime with. Because this last message is, remember, just remember, if you ever doubt Prince of Swords here, the journey, Queen of Discs, see this journey here that she's on, okay? Remember the intentions you two both had, ultimately, and why this is happening. And that will set you free. All right. Holy cow, let's check in for a second here. We're going to go into the astrology in a second, but let me check in with the chat and how everyone's doing. How everyone's feeling here. Oh, we're only at an hour and a half. That's not too bad. I thought we were at like 2 hours. I'm going to move this screen a little closer so I can read you guys' beautiful chat messages. Let's see. Sana says, no more doubts. Hill says, I certainly did not choose to meet my twin flame. I was shoved into him by God. Angels, unconditional ancestors, my spiritual team, shoved me into him like, here you go. Who else can relate to this? Right? Yeah, definitely. Aries Emperor H, people that will soon realize there actually is a God. Absolutely. Sunny says, right in the midst of the surrender stage starting up. Awesome. Prague, yes, distance makes the heart grow fonder. I love it. All right. So let's get into the channeled astrology, see what is coming up here. And then we'll go into the final messages for the day, which will be, we'll see. We'll feel that out. I'm not sure what else needs to be shared right now. There might, there might be some messages actually. Okay. So if you guys are on TikTok, I love you guys. But the chart's going to be on YouTube. Okay, I have the charts up and live from my computer here. You guys can watch as I scroll along on the charts here. So if you want to see those charts live, go check out my channel, Science of the Soul and Stars. And we're going to be going through the week ahead in astrology, in love and in life, okay, so we can be aware of what's going on. There we go. All right. So, yeah, we're going to go through the next 7 days. So we'll end at the 25th of April. Here we go. So today, April 18th, 3:37 p.m. PST, Pacific time. Mercury conjunct the Sun in Aries here. Okay, I remember we talked about this last week. Also in a loose conjunction with Ceres here. And Venus and Uranus also in a conjunction here as well. All right. So the first thing that comes to me here, all right, for whatever reason, is the energy of separation. I don't know why. I don't know where that's coming from within this, but let me see. Okay. We've got Moon in Cancer making a sextile to Uranus conjunct Venus here. And we've also got Mars here making a sextile down to the Sun conjunct Mercury, both North Node and Mars here in Gemini, pointing the way forward. So I do suspect the theme here astrologically that's happening when it comes to love, right? You know, remember we were talking about those stormy seas, right? The unexpected, most unexpected parts of the journey that we never knew how it was going to turn out, what was going to happen. I feel the strongest energy to tell you guys right now astrologically is really embracing the unknown of this connection, the unknown of the outcome of how this will all turn out. I do strongly feel to say that is the path forward at this time. If you are struggling, if you're wondering, if you're uncertain, there's a reason for that, right? There's times in life when you can have certainty, and there's times in life when you have to be certain in the uncertainty. Does that make sense? And right now is one of those times where the only thing we're certain of is uncertainty. And so to move forward and to progress, it's important to embrace that and to let go of, all right, well, I thought I was going to be together with my person by now or by then. I thought I was going to be in love, creating a relationship, doing this thing by this certain time. It hasn't happened, or maybe it has, but either way, whatever it is that I am attached to in terms of hoping for or was certain of an outcome, that thing's being totally erased. I got to be honest with you. Whatever it was that you thought was going to happen, particularly by a certain time or in a certain way, or just an overall destiny, I mean, that thing is coming into so much question, so much uncertainty that it's forcing us to let go of it. Because that's really the essence of the growth here is like, can you let go? Can you let go of that thing that you thought was certain in love and in life for you when it comes to your relationship? Okay? Nothing is predetermined. Nothing is certain. Nothing, okay, is guaranteed. It's the choices along the way that we choose to make and the trust and the faith we have in the journey along the way that matters most for yourself and for the world. And right now we're being asked to trust more than ever in where we're going and what we're doing specifically in our lives. Okay? There will be, right, as we go throughout, there's a greater purpose that will be revealed to us throughout this process as to why we must do this. Okay? But it goes beyond feelings. It goes beyond feelings. It goes beyond feelings, and it carries with it an essence of responsibility and weight. And what's interesting, as I say that, I look at down here Saturn trining the North Node in Gemini. Okay. Now, Gemini, I love Geminis, but Saturn and Gemini, I would say, aren't really the best of friends. Okay. Gemini more is this energy of, wanting to have all these different experiences, wanting to have a good time, wanting to have fun, wanting to be social. And Saturn's kind of this hard karmic weight or burden that's coming in that's saying, let's ground this down and focus on the thing that you need to do to progress as a soul in this lifetime, right? And there's a trine there, which is fortunate, okay, because Saturn's in Aquarius, and Aquarius likes Gemini. So there is a trine there, but again, I would say this energy of Saturn and Gemini, okay, it's kind of that uncomfortable weight that's anchoring Gemini to a certain responsibility or way of being or duty that is coming up for the collective at this time to be done, instead of just kind of being careless, okay, or responsibility less. That's not even a word, but I've just made it one. Now, again, with Saturn in this Aquarius trine North Node Gemini, I mean, this is, I keep getting that sense of it's more important than you even know. Whatever it is you need to do, be, or experience, or build, or create, that you're responsible for, it's more important than you even know at this time. But it is very clear. Okay. Yes, irresponsible. There you go. That's a better word than responsibility less. Thank you, TikTok. All right. So that's what's coming up here. Now, yeah, I mean, Lilith here in Taurus, I think we spoke about this briefly last week, but Uranus and Venus here coming up on Lilith here in Taurus, okay? This is where that energy of the exploration of sexual desires is coming from, okay? Lilith in Taurus. What do we do, right? What do we do with these human, darker, lower desires that we have, okay, as people, okay, as human beings, and how do we utilize them? What do we do? How do we open to them? How do we explore them? How do we accept them, right? Questions that are coming up here. Now, let me see if I can get some guidance on this, because Lilith is also in a sextile here to Neptune in Pisces. Interesting. So there's this energy of like wanting to raise the energy from that lower world into a higher way of being, a higher transmutation of how you can utilize that energy. And one thing that's practiced commonly in like Tantra, okay, if you're into like sexual transmutation and sexual kind of energy work, you know, this is what has been an ancient practice, is being able to kind of raise or increase the vibration of one's soul and beingness through sexual energy that is then brought from the lower dimension or lower world into the higher chakras. So this is what comes to mind here with Lilith sextile Neptune here in Pisces, is actually raising and breathing and being with those sexual energies to help with spiritual transformation. There's a great opportunity here to ascend, okay, or to hold those energies, those types of energies, from the proper utilization of them, okay? And if you are looking for direction on where to go, what to start, how to start with that, I would look into Tantra. I would look into breathing exercises. Montauk Chia as well is a really good teacher for these types of things that if you haven't heard of, I think I would definitely recommend if you're going through these types of things, okay? So that's the opportunity, okay? With a sextile here, it's the opportunity to transcend the lower urges or lustful desires into something greater and to something that can be expressed in a more creative way, okay? So utilizing that sexuality for creativity and expression and pureness. All right. Good stuff. So let's keep moving on here. One last thing here. We have Moon in Cancer, square Chiron and Aries. Yeah. That's a tough one. Emotionally, that's a tough one. Okay, that's a tough one. Because Moon in Cancer, right, is all about those feels. All about the love. All about how, right, the truth of how one feels and acting in that truth. And Chiron in Aries is that energy of, again, doing whatever it takes to break free from those feelings, or doing whatever it takes to feel free in their own skin and soul. But with the square here, it might be a temptation to run from feelings, okay? So it's the healthy integration of, again, of feelings, feeling the feelings with freedom. How do you feel your feelings and also be free from your feelings at the same time? That's a question, okay? Hopefully that would help you to clear up, right, what's going on energetically right now, okay? So let's move forward here. We have the 19th. All right, let's see what happens here. So moving forward, so we have the 19th of April here. Praga says, what about Joe Dispenza? I knew there was a question here. She said, Saturn is like the angry, old, well-meaning, but harsh grandpa of astrology. I love that. That's exactly what Saturn is. And that's why Saturn and Gemini are just not the best of friends, I would say. Joe Dispenza's technique for activating the pineal gland, it's pushing the energies from, yes, Pragya, that's exactly what I'm talking about. If you guys haven't looked into Joe Dispenza, that's absolutely fantastic, right? He knows these secrets. These are ancient secrets that have been practiced for thousands of years about sexual energy transmutation. And it's about, right, if you know how to do it, it actually awakens you spiritually versus keeping you down in a lower vibration. So that's apparently what Spirit and astrology are saying to do as an opportunity to look into. So check out Joe Dispenza. Thank you, Pragya, for bringing that up. And Tantra, Tantra, all those types of things. In fact, just full disclaimer here, not that you guys want to know all this, but as a male, right, this was years back. I mean, I was in college, I would say. But that, I would say, practice. I started to learn about Tantra and Tantric sex and also Mantak Chia and all these things. And that I would say, was the core way that I was able to awaken in a spiritual way. That was my vehicle for awakening. Because I had the energy, right? I had the energy in my soul that was spreading out into all my chakras and like making them alive. And I would say that that's the biggest thing that helped me to be able to awaken and open up my intuition and all my gifts here. Obviously, you guys have heard the story. Then I got Reiki certified, and then I could talk to Guy, like all these things. But it was that first practice of not wasting sexual energy that really elevated, I guess, my vibration enough to open these things up. So highly recommend that. And creativity. All right, let's move on. So we have enough about me. Enough about me, please. All right. April 21st. What else do we got here? Ooh, wow. April 22nd. No coincidence there. April 22nd, 2021. We've got the moon in Virgo making a trine, a massive trine to the sun, conjunct Mercury, conjunct Venus here, which is pretty big from what I can see. And then we've also got Earth making a trine to Mars. Wow. And Chiron's making a sextile to the North Node. So it's moon in Virgo here. Yeah. I would say what's going to become clear on the 22nd, or has the opportunity to become clear here or to move forward, is the practicality behind everything that's been happening on a spiritual level. That's the first thing that comes to me here. It's going to be more harmonious here, very harmonious, to be much more practical in nature and to be able to realize all of the things that you need to get done in love and in life in order to facilitate the potentiality for the greatest possible because Venus is conjunct Uranus here. So this is a big day. Venus is conjunct Uranus exactly at 10 degrees with the moon trining Venus and Uranus, Mercury, and the sun. So yeah, the feeling that comes to me here is there is some type of recognition of the work that needs to be done in a practical way, day-to-day way, on both sides of the collective, that would give the greatest possible chance to have the greatest love experience in life, to continue on this ride or this journey of true love specifically. Because again, remember, Uranus to me is that significator of the journey we're all on when it comes to the twin soul connection. I don't know why. I'm sure I'll find out someday. But Uranus has always been that planet for me, with Juno, obviously. And look at this. Juno is making a square, by the way, to Neptune. Okay. So it really this week, Spirit is saying, it's very clear to come down from the macro, okay? And to come out of the clouds, to come down into the present, to come down into, all right, you know what? If I'm being honest with myself, this is what I need to get done in my life before it's responsible for me to engage in love. And here are the things why Spirit has likely been keeping me from my twin or being able to engage in love in the best of ways, because of these things I haven't taken care of, right? It's also, and it's a clear-cut step, all right, and a clarity in that way that you have the opportunity to move forward with, okay? I feel like on both sides here. Very harmonious. Very harmonious. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some type of either incoming clarity or communication or just kind of a message here that signifies that. It doesn't have to come in from your twin. It could come in from other people around you or people that are in your soul tribe. But anyways, that's the flow here, and that's where Spirit wants us to go, just to be very clear. And that shows up in the astrology here and in the reading of like, okay, right? The other thing that comes to me to mention too, by the way, guys, is when it comes to things you have to do in order to be responsible for your own soul and your own life, in order to then come together with someone else, it's also the things, okay, the things that you would want to experience that are in harmony with your work or your enjoyment of life or your experience of life, that you would want to do as a human before coming together in love. That's a little bit outside of this particular alignment because this is more about necessary work to do, but that's what I'm also picking up on too. Right? If there are certain experiences or things you'd want to do outside of being in a connection with someone else that would just make you happy that you've done or you've experienced or you've done or traveled, whatever that is for you, those are the things too that are going to come in later, I feel, a little bit later on. So keep that in mind. Let's move on to 23rd. Oh, wow. Moon here. Moon is making some big aspects. This is going to be a very, I mean, it's been crazy weeks already, but this is going to be an emotionally variable week. We'll say that. Moon in Virgo still making an opposition here to Neptune. So there you go. So there's that opposition between the spiritual truth and the real, the day-to-day real truth here, Virgo energy. What matters on an earth level, okay? Making an opposition to the spiritual truth here and integrating both of those. How do you integrate the spiritual truth of reality, of your destiny, of potentiality, of love with day-to-day practical needs and responsibilities? How do you balance and integrate those two things? How do you not be all the way on one side, right? As we mentioned, okay, on the masculine side, it's more of that Virgo energy of just, this is the only reality that matters. This is what I need to do. This is what I need to be. There's nothing else beyond that. And on the feminine side, oh my gosh, there's this whole spiritual truth and destiny and this 5D, right? It's like there has to be a balance of both of them to be balanced on a soul level. And so that's what is seeking to be balanced here, okay, on the 23rd. That will be the challenge here. So you're going to want to go away from what is more comfortable for you, whatever side you're on. Because there is that's I mean, it's the middle path, right? It's the middle path of being on Earth, being in reality, being in the 3D, and also having the awareness or knowingness of the truth beyond reality. That's tough. Okay. Moon then is now trining, still in a trine with Venus here, who's moved beyond Uranus. So Venus has now moved beyond Uranus. Interesting. Passed it up. Chiron's still in a sextile with Gemini here. And all the while, Saturn here still making that trine over to the North Node in Gemini all week, basically. So yeah, I would say the main lesson or theme here, let's finish up this week, because I don't like to over bombard you guys with, there's so much information that comes through during these live streams that, I want to make sure you guys have like the messages you need, right? But not too much. I would say, let's see, Pluto here joins the mix on the 25th. Moon goes into Libra here. On the 24th and 25th, Moon goes to Libra. Earth trine Mars. Juno square Neptune still. Mars trine Jupiter. Okay. And Mercury conjunct Venus here. Okay. So yeah, the feeling that comes to me through all of these different alignments, guys, obviously balance is a key theme here, okay? All week it's been coming into balance. How do you seek balance between the 3D and the 5D, the spiritual realizations and the wokeness of what's been coming in, and the earthbound responsibilities? I really feel this week, if you haven't already, you're going to be coming into a solid, strong, and very kind of a heavier realization of what you need to do on this earth. Not just in a day-to-day practical way, but in a way that is big, like bigger than you, bigger than your twin, bigger for the world kind of way, right? And there's going to be this weight that's put on you. If you're in this collective, you've been resonating with everything, there's going to be this weight that's put on you that's like, oh, crap. Like, oh, I have to take that on? Like, I have to take that commitment, that responsibility? Like, that's what I have to do? It's like, yes. And the reward is, okay, fulfillment, not just fulfillment of your own soul and your mission and your service to the world. This is a big theme, service for the world. What is your service for the world? On an authentic soul level, but your greatest abundance, your greatest fortune, the wealth and the abundance and the freedom for your individual life that you can have if you do choose to commit and take responsibility for this thing that comes into clarity this week outside of love. So even there, though, there's love that's present here. There's Moon coming into Libra. There's balance and harmony taking place between, right, the two sides of the collective here. Again, with Saturn making that trine to North Node Gemini all week, it's still about that looming kind of truth or realization of what it is you need to do on a karmic level to fulfill your intentions before love, before union, before relationship. Okay? On a bigger, grander level, I mean, there is separation for a reason, and we've moved beyond just healing. Okay, I want to make this very clear. This is coming in just now, in a very sudden way, but we have moved beyond, as a collective, all right, at least on one side of the collective, the feminine here I can see, just needing to heal, all right? I feel we've done an amazing job of doing the healing part. All right, of going through the inner work, the spiritual work, the cleansing, the renewing, all that stuff. And that's good. And now it's more about the outer work, okay? The work that we can then take that newly healed, renewed vessel and bring out to everyone else around us to make that impact in the way we're meant to make that impact, okay? Because this is really now at this time, again, the intention we came onto this earth with as an individual outside of love, that is what is coming into clarity. And that is what we are being called to focus on through and because of this separation, right? And what Spirit's telling me is like, this is why you're separated. This is it. Like, if you're wondering why you're in separation, okay, or when it's going to be or how long it's going to take, the first part was about healing. Okay, I'll just be honest. The first part was about emotional healing. The first part was about, realizing, oh, I had this issue as a child, and that's why this was coming up, and that's why I was acting this way, and that's why they were acting this way, and forgiving the past, and all these things, and also testing the whole time whether or not you still love them through all of the separation and time, right? So that was the first part. And now, that was a cycle that closed, by the way. So there was a cycle, I think it ended last week. We saw the world card come out. There's a cycle that ended. Now it's the next part of the cycle of this whole journey, which is about us stepping up, rising to the occasion, and using all of what we've learned so far on this journey, all of the parts that we've healed and come back into ourselves to bring out into the world to make a greater impact. Okay? Because that was the intention of this time period all along. That was the intention of this prolonged separation between love counterparts and twin soul counterparts this entire time. Okay? This is the last missing piece. This is the last missing piece. Okay? Yeah. Remember, too, by the way, remember that the feminine, okay, the divine feminine, is the leader in terms of progress in the connection as to where and what both sides are going to be doing or experiencing. So everything that you, if you're listening, if you are more of the feminine, okay, this collective generally tends to be, but I do speak for both sides. Everything you're going to be stepping into at this time is also eventually what the masculine will be stepping into strongly as well. Okay. But as you can see, right, that from the update here, there's a lot of healing. There's a lot of healing and kind of inner space-time growth and ascension that has to take place on his part first before he can be in that place where he can kind of match the mission that you both have here on Earth. Okay? Yeah. So it's big. And that's why on the feminine side today in the reading, we had that, that 10 of Wands, 9 of Cups kind of thing take place, right? Because it's big time stuff happening. Okay. And of course, obviously, the choice to engage with all of that energy we have in the lower world that might result in distraction or deterrent, or the purity and excitement of expression. Okay. All right. Let me check in one last time here with the chat, and then we're going to finish out with something. I'm not quite sure what we want to finish out with. I think probably final messages in love. I think one final love-specific reading for the collective, whatever Spirit wants to tell us at this time. Okay, but we had a very clear, very practical. You guys see, like, the reading was very practically true of, like, here's what's going on, here's what needs to happen, right? Like, it's not about love, like, all these things. It was very, for me, it's very reaffirming, right? That the astrology then matches up with that. But let me just check in with the chat and see what's going on here. Rebecca says, no pressure. That's definitely my reading. Flags. Toolbox. Healing. Sana's recommending something to everyone. Recommend y'all try it. Time to rock and roll. Sana says, like it so far. Gives me focus. Beverly says, Av, I've been doing self-healing on myself. Awesome. Empress said, you're in my head. Go DF. Awesome. Yeah, it is about soul family. Eva Marie, yes, I got the message that we have to take care of our soul family. Yeah, it is about that. So when I say the world, thank you for saying that. When I say the world, I do mean the part of the world that you're meant to impact, right? It's not like, one thing I'm really strongly coming into is we're not all meant to impact everyone on Earth. It's really, we have a specific soul family. Like you guys here, we're all part of the soul family that I'm doing my best to impact, right? That's just one small segment of the population of Earth that I know if I impact in a positive way, you guys and we all are going to impact others in a positive way, right? So that's what I mean. And we all have that type of soul tribe that we're going to engage with for the Earth. So you got to find your soul tribe. Okay. Absolutely. Thank you for bringing that up. Okay. Riri says, how do we find our service? I never had love. Riri, if you're on this channel, there's a couple things I want to share with you. And those of you guys who are on this channel watching and maybe you don't have someone that you feel strongly connected to yet, or you don't know what your service is, or you're looking for that, first of all, don't worry so much about it. All right, that's the first thing I would say. The second thing is start to do what your feelings naturally pull you towards. All right, whatever reason energetically I'm picking up with you, Riri, is that part of what has held you back, if anything has held you back, is allowing you to just do what you really want to do and experience what you really want to experience. And whatever opportunities that have come in or want to come in, just allowing yourself to go and experience those things. And it's who you find out you are and the people you meet along the way, okay, that gives you your purpose. Does that make sense? I want everyone to listen up here, because this is a big lesson I had to learn, is just doing what you want to do, doing what you're genuinely interested in, taking part and going forward with the opportunities that are presented to you in your own life that are in alignment with who you are, and being who you are will lead you to your purpose, will lead you to your love, will lead you to your soul tribe. Life is always trying to give you those opportunities. It's always trying its best to lead you to where you want to go, to where your destiny wants to lead you to. You just have to say yes. That's it. You just have to say yes. But oftentimes it's this limiting belief, it's this piece of conditioning we have, it's this fear that we might have of the unknown that prevents us from saying yes to what life wants to offer us in this moment. And that is what prevents people from experiencing what they are here to experience, whether it's in love, whether it's in life, okay? Whether it's in every part of life. I'm here to tell you guys, if you don't know your purpose, if you don't know if you are meant to be in love with someone, and you're on this channel, one, you definitely are. If you've stuck around this long and you don't have a twin soul, or you don't know who you're supposed to be in love with, you definitely have someone out there, okay? I'll just be honest with you. You wouldn't be on this channel if you didn't have some counterpart wanting to be in union with you and wanting to give you the greatest possible experience in love and in life, all right? I already know. That's the collective that I'm channeling here for. Even if we channel outside of love sometimes, which we're going to do a lot, all right? I always wonder, I always laugh and joke with the collective. I'm like, so what happens when we come into union? You know what I mean? What happens? Like, what if I found a girlfriend tomorrow? You know what I mean? Like, what if I found a girlfriend tomorrow? And, you know, and then it's like, what do I channel now? You know, it's just funny because no one knows how anything's going to turn out, but I can just only channel, you know what I mean? What Spirit wants us to channel. So anyways, I'm with you guys. Is what I'm trying to say. But just, I know it sounds corny, but just follow where your heart wants you to go. And there will naturally be life trying to bring you into alignment with your soul all the time. And if you say yes to that, you'll be happy. All right. The cacao is kicking in. Yeah. Someone said the cacao looks like mud. You know what's funny? I don't know if you guys have heard of mud water. It's literally called mud water. It's a mix of cacao with black tea, chai, all these like adaptogenic mushrooms, cordyceps, reishi, all these things. It's delicious. Actually, it doesn't taste that good, but I make it delicious with honey. So I add 2 regular scoops of cacao with mud water, and it's kind of my semi-caffeinated, but also in the heart kind of way of being. So it's kind of a balance here of the mental and the heart, which I think is a good symbolic representation of where we need to go this week, is like balancing the head and the heart, logic and feelings, okay? To make progress where we need to make progress. All right. Very honest, guys. Let's make sure Brandon doesn't get a girl. Sorry. You know what's so funny? Like, let's say I were to get a girlfriend, right? And you know, she's gonna have no idea about anything that I do. But she's gonna be like, "So what do you do?" And I'll be like, "I'm a YouTube creator." And she's gonna be like, "Well, what about what?" And I'll be like, well, you'll have to hop on this live stream and find. Oh my God. Anyways, I think that's funny. So I'm laughing. But let's just say if I got a girlfriend, I guess we'd have to change the name. We'd have to change the name of the whole live stream. Oh, okay. All right, let's keep going. Let's finish out this reading. Yeah, I'm having a good time. Thank you guys for that. What would I say to my twin soul if she's watching? I'd say I love her. I'd say I love you very much. Yeah. And I hope you're well. I hope you're amazing. And I hope that you're gaining something from this live stream. That's what I would say. I would say, regardless of where you're at, what you're doing, and how you are, I hope you're amazing. I love you. And I'm here to support you in whatever way I can. And I hope that this live stream is giving you a smile and helping you on your way. That's what I would say to my twin soul if she was watching. So, anyways, she probably wouldn't like the girlfriend part, but all right, let's move into the last part of the reading. Spirit, what deck are we going to use? All right, Wild Unknown. All right, let's do just final messages. I'm going to just do a quick reading to finish out here. I'm going to give this to Spirit, really. I'm going to say, Spirit, for our highest good and healing, I know there's something else we need to know for our highest good in love and in life. So, and really in love specifically, I'm going to specify that it's love here. All right. Here we go. Spirit guides, loved ones, masters, wise ones. What are the messages for highest good in love specifically? What do we need to know as a collective in the Twin Soul True Love community at this time for our highest good? Judgment is the first card out. Wow. Wow. Okay. First cards out are very strong energy here. Very firm message here that wants to come out. Wow. Okay. So the first thing that I'm getting here, with Two of Cups here underneath the deck, and it's above the Six of Pentacles. Wow. Love is coming. Don't doubt that. With everything that I've been saying about your duty, your responsibility, your purpose, that is first and foremost, right? That's why we had to go with that type of reading first. But all that being said, don't doubt that love is coming. And not just love, but reciprocal love is coming. That's the strongest message here. Reciprocation and true love and partnership is here. Not here yet, tangibly. It's underneath the deck, right? Two of Cups here. But it's here, nonetheless. And it is coming. On top of the Six of Pentacles here, okay, all of what is happening, trusting in all of what is happening so that it can create and that you can receive a relationship that is reciprocal on both parties. The things that are happening, the lessons that are being learned on both sides are so that it can formulate a relationship that is reciprocal specifically. That is a big theme here that we've had all through the beginning, all the way till now of this live stream. Ever since the beginning is the art of having a reciprocal love union, okay? Being balanced out between the two masculine and feminine, right, parties. So all of this that's happening, all of the separation energy, okay, that's been happening, yes, obviously, ultimately, it's so that you can fulfill what your soul wants and needs to fulfill in this lifetime for your greatest purpose, but also it's so that this healthy way of reciprocation in love and in partnership can formulate itself. It's the lessons that both are learning on either side to value one another and themselves enough to be able to engage in something that is reciprocal. So whatever time, whatever things in separation, just know that that's why. If it hasn't come together, the reason it hasn't come together is because that is still wanting to be learned on both sides. Okay. The other thing is Father of Pentacles here. All right. There might be a duty to become an entrepreneur. All right. Or responsibility again through this love situation. Father of Pentacles and Six of Cups. Because of this love situation. Okay. There might be a duty to become an entrepreneur specifically. Someone who can provide and create from his or her own magic and authenticity through the strength and lessons and growth that you're achieving through this love situation. So you have to know part of the purpose here, honestly, for this collective, what I'm feeling, this Twin Soul Collective, is to become entrepreneurial, is to become non-dependent on any job to provide for you. And it's a very odd message that's coming through, but it feels very correct. I'll be honest with you. Like, I'm not saying if you're in a job right now that it's like a bad thing, but I'm saying it's the most likely a stepping stone so you can eventually step out onto your own, because this whole twin soul dynamic collectively, right? It's all about freedom. It's all about being free in your own skin, in your own soul, in your own fulfillment, and your own purpose in every way, emotionally, financially, tangibly, okay? Financially is part of that. So part of the lesson, and by the way, Ten of Pentacles is right next to that. So I definitely know that this is a message for us, okay? If you are still at a job, Spirit wants you to eventually know and to be able to leave that job to create something on your own. I can feel it. Now, this is going to have to start on your own first and then come together with your twin. Okay? That's what's coming to me here, is that coming together in love also means coming together after you've created your own little entities of business and money and finances. Okay? And it's this freedom that you've developed through your business in your own life and them in their own life that allows you then to have true reciprocation in love as well. Does that make sense? So that's the first message, is if you haven't left your job yet, if you are wondering where to go, what to do, what to create, it's time. Okay, let me just be very clear with you guys watching. It is time to start to think about that and to start to create something. And if anything inside of you, I could feel the collective a little bit, I don't really know how to, or I would need someone else to help me or to support me. No, you don't. Trust me, you don't. Okay, you can do your business, your purpose, your passion, your entrepreneurial venture on your own. You just have to have the courage and the push to do so. And think of this as me pushing you a little bit to get out there and to start to do it. Okay? Life will give you the opportunity to do that. It will give you the time to do that. Likely there will be an opportunity in your life. Okay? This is how you know if this is for you. If there's been an opportunity in your life where you have enough money saved up from the past, or someone giving you an opportunity to live for 2 or 3 or 4 months, to be able to survive with food and rent or things like that. If there's any opportunity like that you've not taken because you want to keep your job or you're scared that you're going to run out of money, stop not taking it. That is your gift. That is your ticket to be an entrepreneur. I know this because I've been working with clients that have been telling me, oh, I don't know if I should leave my job. I don't know how I'm going to pay bills. I want to do this. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to sell crystals online. I want to sell clothing and jewelry online. I want to do that. But I don't know how to make money from it, and I don't want to lose my job. And then I go, well, is there anyone there that's here to help support you? And there's always someone there that they're afraid to ask for support from. Okay? It's like either a parent, right? A dad, a mom, a parent, an aunt, a friend that randomly came in and said, hey, you want to live with me for a few months? There's always a way the universe has sent you guys this opportunity. Trust me, I know, because I've gotten this in my own life. It's like when it was time to create my own business, just randomly got the opportunity to go out, make a bunch of money doing a random project, and then come home and then have money and time to start for about 3 months, 3 or 4 months, right? Until I was self-sufficient. But you got to be willing to take that leap of faith, guys. You got to be willing to take that leap of faith, and you got to be willing to trust that whatever opportunity came in for you to do this is the one, is your golden ticket, okay? Now, Mother of Wands is here too with the Ten of Pentacles. Again, it's that strong energy of making the decision. This is the key element to this particular reading for you guys, okay? Judgment here is making a decision, okay, to claim and to step into your truth here about who you want to be, what you want to do, and where you want to go. Okay? Judgment here, making a decision from a higher perspective. Okay? Rising above anything that could potentially scare you away from your opportunity that is here for you right now. Because there might be an opportunity that will lead to greatness. There it is. 9 of Pentacles. What did I say? 9 of Pentacles underneath the 6 of Cups. Spirit is confirming very clearly. Okay. And by the way, the other message too, with 6 of Cups here, you literally might have an opportunity from some like childhood friend, family member, someone that's very close to you. Okay. A partner of some kind. I'm getting like it's either a family member, a close friend, a mentor, like someone is wanting to give you an opportunity here to earn money in a new way, whether it's the space, the time, the freedom, the support. So if that's showing up in your life, take it. Yeah, 7 of Wands here with 3 of Swords. Ooh, 5 of Pentacles. Damn, Spirit, you're going to hit us like that with the 3 of Swords in the middle? Holy cow. Let's talk about it. All right, I got to be honest with you guys, right? So, look, all right, here's the truth. Part of the fuel that you will use, okay, to make a decision, to build something, to be an entrepreneur, to make money in a different way that suits you, to choose your own path, to be brave, all right, follow me? Part of the fuel of what will allow you to do that is that of pain. Is that of heartbreak. Okay? Because of your twin soul situation, because of your love situation. There's a reason for everything. There's a reason for the pain you're feeling. There's a reason for the distress you're feeling. And there's a reason I kept saying, use that pain as your greatest fuel to move forward in your inspiration. Because that's why it's here. What else are you going to use it for? What else are you going to use it for? Right? What's coming to me is you might as well put it to use rather than just let it keep stabbing you and going, woe is me. We're all in that energy, by the way. Okay, myself included. We're all in that energy of being hurt, okay? Being heartbroken, being like, woe is me, because love sucks right now, all right? But hell, are we just going to sit there and continue to be in that, or are we going to use this as fuel to be great and to create wealth and abundance, right, and freedom? We got to choose that route. We got to choose that route, guys. So I'm with you. Let's get her done. 5 of Pentacles, the Star card, right? You have to know destined feelings of longing, destined feelings of loneliness, of abandonment, of missing someone, all right? Destined, okay? Destined to help you shine like the star that you are. Okay, Father of Pentacles with the Star card. Fortuitous. Meant for you. Meant for this experience right now, currently. Unfortunately. But the truth is that. Okay, pain, heartbreak, longing, missing, right? This is all here to help you light your own damn fire, find your way, have the courage to move forward, and create something that you were destined to have in terms of freedom and financial wealth in your own life. And to be your own boss, by the way. Okay? Let's see what this final row has to offer. Oh! There she blows. The Lover's card pops out right underneath the 9 of Pentacles here. Okay? Told you, love comes out of nowhere, right? When we focus on the things that matter most in our lives, that Spirit wants us to focus on, love comes out of nowhere. True love. I mean, to me, it's a sign. I truly was not. I never am, but I was truly not expecting that card to pop out. I was like, okay, what other things of purpose or business can we talk about? And then, boom, true love. Okay, destined partnership. So truly, right? If you're looking for the next step, truly, right? It's about focusing on those things, everything I just mentioned, and then boom, out of nowhere, unexpectedly, right? The love of your life comes into your life, and you guys can be together in the highest of ways in divine timing. We have the Daughter of Cups, the Temperance card, Chariot card, and the Nine of Cups. Yeah. So again, there's this energy, Nine of Cups here, right, on the end of, and with the Father of Pentacles, okay? What is your version of being your own wish fulfillment? Okay. What would you have to become or be or do? Just be, right? What would you have to accomplish? What would you have to create in your life, Father of Pentacles? Okay. That you can shine like a star as to become your own wish fulfillment. What is the ideal version of yourself, of your soul, of your life path that you'd like to shine outward to the world? Which can then impact others. Okay, and this is where we're even talking about, right? We're talking about things like anything else that you'd want to do or practice or study. I mean, could be, I don't know. For me, it's like relearning songs on the piano. You guys can see a piano on over here, right? It's like doing things from childhood that made me genuinely happy. Okay, that I would see like, oh, if I was my greatest self, I would be a great singer and a piano player. And one of these days, right, you guys might get a little serenade. I'm planning it. Don't you worry. But I'm not joking about that. Those types of things, right? What things would you want to do and be to be your ideal wish fulfillment? Okay, Chariot card, again, we talked about moving forward despite the feelings of pain, longing, abandonment, loneliness. Okay, with the sun and the moon here, your inspiration being, all right, becoming a better person, not just for yourself, okay, but for this relationship, for this union, for this partnership. Okay, if you're looking for inspiration genuinely beyond yourself, right, maybe it can be that a little bit. You have the sun and the moon at your back. Okay, the sun shining behind you as you move forward. So this to me represents, okay, becoming the inspiration that you can be for yourself, but also for your twin soul. Okay. Stepping into that. Temperance here, of course, my favorite card. No, it's not my favorite card, but it is my lesson and many of our lessons, right? The energy of patience, okay? Nine of Cups, Lovers, all right? Not a coincidence here. I channeled this as becoming your own wish fulfillment. Brings in, again, lovers, your ideal wish fulfillment in a counterpart way. In your reciprocal wish fulfillment, the person who would fulfill and complete your desires, your ultimate desires in love and in life, that is when that comes. So you and us and all of us being prevented from being with someone right now is because of the fact that Spirit wants to wait until you are both each other's ideal wish fulfillment. And that is in the process of happening right now. Okay? But it starts with you and your realization of that and your work on your own realization of your becoming your own wish fulfillment. All right, last couple messages here. We have the Daughter of Cups with the Seven of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles here. Okay. Again, what's coming to me here is this navigation of, be it openness, flirtatiousness, player energy-ish type of way thing. here at the bottom next to the Lovers. And it kind of comes off to me as, is your focus or your energy being put in that way of being truly the most harmonious to your own personal development and your work to become the best you can be? Or is that veering you away from the path? Okay. It's also the energy of, if you do find yourself in this energy, or you feel like, this would be good for me, or I want to experience this. 7 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles says, 7 of Wands, well, okay, but use it to find your way. All right? Don't just stay in that energy, because Daughter of Cups is very honestly, it's not serious. It's not serious. It's not committal. It's just kind of having a good time, playing around, floating around. 7 of Wands above it says, no, let's get focused, right? Let's get focused and strong and choose one path. You know what I mean? Choose one person, choose one path, choose this. Okay? Because the 10 of Pentacles is above that. So choosing one path, choosing one person, choosing one focus, leads to the 10 of Pentacles, the ultimate empire of abundance, wealth, and prosperity that you could want in your life. Okay? Staying in the Daughter of Cups energy, this is kind of like an advice or warning from Spirit, or context from Spirit, is, again, staying in that ungrounded Gemini energy. That ungrounded Gemini energy of, let's just flit around, not really choose a path, just kind of keep going with the whims of life and the experiences of what life wants to show us, but not really saying, here's where I want to go, here's who I want to be with, here's what I need to do to be who I want to be with, right? So being aware of that, okay? All right. And of course, temperance, right? Temperance of, hey, listen, just a gentle reminder from Spirit. Your ideal wish fulfillment in love and in life is coming. Unseen to you, but it is coming. Okay? And wanting to arrive in the most unexpected and random of ways, okay, per your highest good. But the work involved now, okay, will take time and patience, but time and patience for a purpose, because that's the time it will take for you to be and do and create everything you've wanted to create for the world, all right, and for yourself, to then attract that reciprocal love back into your life. Okay? Final outcome cards, we have the 2 of Swords, the 8 of Wands, and the Son of Swords. I'm also going to clarify judgment here real quick. Yeah. Let's clarify judgment, Spirit. Mother of Cups, the Son of Pentacles, and the 8 of Swords. Okay. Let me start with the final outcome cards here. So, the lesson here, right, that we're learning, 2 of Swords with the 8 of Wands. To choose is to move, okay? To choose a direction is to move. Just move, all right? Just go, right? And when you choose and when you move, from whatever crossroads you're at, of this place of waiting, wishing, hoping, wondering, okay, stagnancy, or some type of choice that appears in your mind, if you just move and you don't doubt that decision, you don't doubt your path that you're on, you don't doubt that whatever you choose is going to bring you eventually, okay, into alignment with your path, that's the magic. That's when the magic ultimately happens, okay? So all you have to do if you want to participate is to just contemplate for a moment what direction and way of being you'd like to go in to experience, given all the advice we've given today from the very beginning, remember, of the lower world to the journey, to the pureness of expression, to the sexual transmutation, to the entrepreneurial stuff, everything we've given you guys today. And we want to say, just through all of that, with all of the advice and clarity you guys have been given, this is why this channel exists, to give you this overview, this clarity, this advice. Choose your path. Move forward towards your path. Don't doubt that that's your path, and you will find out along the way what to do, where to go. The things will be given to you, but you get to choose. You get to have. You get to move forward. And don't doubt it, okay? Don't have this fear, okay? Clarifying judgment, okay? We have the Mother of Cups, the Son of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords, okay? So there is this fear a little bit maybe of just feeling helpless, feeling hopeless, feeling lost, not knowing what to do or where to go. And the solution here, right? Okay, with judgment, Mother of Cups, clarifying judgment, Son of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords here, is to just ensure that you make whatever decision you make from your heart. Just make sure you make that decision from your heart. That is the most important thing. If you do that, and you trust, and you risk, and you take that leap of faith, and you move forward, and you choose, you're going to find your way. All right? You're going to find your way. Because Eight of Swords here with the Son of Pentacles, right? This is, again, someone very much this Five of Pentacles, Son of Pentacles relating energy of like feeling really down, feeling really helpless, hopeless, lost, not sure where to go, not sure who to be, what to do, who you are, all these things, right? And Eight of Swords here is kind of just, hey, you might need some time to just kind of be with yourself. To whoever's watching this, who's feeling in this way, just don't be afraid to be with yourself here, to be in your cocoon stage here. And be tolerant, by the way, too, because I'm really kind of getting this as another energy, like the counter, someone else's energy in your life that may be feeling this way. Or if you're watching this and you're feeling this way, right? There may be someone who feels so lost, helpless, hopeless, and abandoned and confused, too, that they are just needing to be with themselves. Just needing to kind of close their wings around themselves, love themselves, protect themselves, be with themselves. Okay. This definitely might be on the divine masculine side. But it's to have respect and tolerance for that. Okay, of knowing where they're at, knowing that they may be in a cocoon stage in their life. Whereas maybe you're in your life, you're stable, you're rocking, you're ready to roll, you miss this person, you love them, but you just need to move forward and do something great. Maybe you're in that energy, but someone else in your life is kind of over here. And it's having compassion and tolerance for that and holding space for that, right? But not interrupting it, too. Because they're going to have to eventually find their own way. Okay? And Mother of Cups is, again, loving them. Loving them unconditionally through that process. Okay? All right. So there you go. Guys, that's what I got for today. In terms of the collective love reading and everything else. How are you guys feeling? Let me know in the chat. I saw someone on TikTok. I smiled. It's like someone asked what song I was going to sing. You guys will see. It'll be one of my favorites. There's a couple songs that are really my favorites. You guys are welcome. Thank you so much for the love, the donations you guys have been given. I know I haven't shouted them out, but I really, really appreciate them. Okay, whatever you guys have given, I see on YouTube and TikTok here. Thank you guys. I really appreciate that. And I hope it helps, right? My number one goal, I never know what is going to come out on these live streams, what's going to happen, what's going to be said. For myself, I went into this, I was like, I have no idea what's going to come through. I'm feeling lost in my own heart, And it always helps me as well to know that it's not just me, it's that all of us are going through the same thing. And what are the lessons we can learn to become the best we can? And why is it all happening, by the way? And I think Spirit, I'm grateful for Spirit for clarifying like why this is happening, Why? Why are we feeling this way? Why are we going through these lessons? So I just want to say I appreciate that, Spirit. I appreciate you guys too watching and supporting and engaging. I appreciate you guys all. So I'm going to read some comments from YouTube and see if there's any questions I can answer before I close out. And then, of course, we're on to the TikTok solo party before we close out for good. I'll ruin the surprise. Thank you, Fiona, for the donation. Let's see. Thank you, Inez. Thank you, Teresa. Jesse, thank you. That's awesome. Thank you, Pragya. You're welcome. Michelle, you're the cocoon. That's awesome. That's okay. You're welcome, Jeff. Thanks for joining in. I love it. We need some more masculine energy up in here. Tell your friends. Jesse, thank you for the donation. The Empress, I feel energized again. Thanks to all of you for the love and support. Yep, I agree, Empress. Thank you. Jolene says thank you for your message. You're welcome. Who said, Asana said, I will drive my ass to Austin to see you. I am, look, I'm not going to say it's 100%, but I have a very strong feeling in about, like when my lease is up, I'm probably going to move to Austin at that time. I don't know why. I'm just like, I think it's the time to go and just do my thing out there. So we'll see. That keeps coming and going in my own life. But I got about 5-6 months left on this lease here in Marina Del Rey. So I'll keep you posted, though. Mind, Soul, Purpose. Thank you, Brandon and Soul Fam, for all the support holding in my heart. Thank you so much, guys. Millie, thank you for the donation. Oh, I appreciate that. And the butterflies, the Twin Soul butterflies. I love it. Thank you guys so much. 444. Beautiful. Yeah, it's about persistence and strength and knowing you're on the right path, right? 444. Beautiful way to start and end the reading here. I love reading you guys' comments. I know that this is, but I just love reading your guys' comments. I never get a chance to. I always go back, by the way, once the video is posted on YouTube and just read the comments. By the way, if you guys want to watch this from the beginning with the chat, it will be posted. It takes about a day for YouTube to post it as a video with the chat, so you guys can go back and watch it. But it will be on my channel, Science of the Soul and Stars, for you guys to watch the video. So let me see if there's anything else. I'm so glad you guys are feeling better. Fiona says, you just clarified and confirmed everything for me. I now know my path. Awesome, Fiona. I'm glad to hear that. All right. All right, guys. Well, I will be going back and, of course, reading all your wonderful messages later on. But I appreciate you guys for today. If you guys want to... Oh, I haven't even mentioned this one time. What is wrong with me? Do me a favor. If you guys haven't already, do me a favor and like the video on YouTube, okay? The likes help, this video with YouTube algorithm find more people so we can grow as a collective and guide the right people. So I'd appreciate that if you hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed and if you're new to this channel on YouTube, welcome. First of all, welcome to the Soul family. We'd love to officially have you. And be sure to hit that subscribe button as well. If you found this video helpful and you feel like it could help some of your friends or family, or you feel like someone's ready for these messages, feel free to share this video. I totally invite that as well. And if you want to be notified every time I do go live on YouTube, which is every Sunday, be sure to hit that bell button as well. Helps, obviously, you be notified so you don't ever miss another live. You can find me on Instagram at BTSpeaks, all one word. I do go live on there occasionally, and it's a very specific message for whoever's watching at that time. And I also update the times I go live on Instagram so you guys can know when I'm going live on YouTube from my Instagram. If you want a session from me, of course, those are available. For now, I might be closing them down a little bit so I can, I don't know, maybe travel or just rest for a little bit. So I would, if you want a session, go book one now. Obviously no pressure, but you can go to my website, brandontobias.com, and check those out if you're interested. And I think that's everything for today. So you guys are amazing. We just jumped up 20 likes. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. That's so nice of you. Thank you so much for everything again. And have an amazing week. Florida. Thank you, Riri. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I appreciate it. Empress at 1111, I'm down for a weekend retreat. I'm so down for that. That would be amazing. And that's going to come soon. All right. All right, guys. So love and light. I'll see you next week. Have an amazing week. Thank you again. And let's do this. Bye for now.